Good morning to you on this Friday, the last full day of summer. Where's it going?
We're almost to autumn.
Yeah, and we are so fortunate today, Dan. It's Friday, but there are a lot of things happening today.
We've got two big news stories. We'll start with the space shuttle, which took off from Edwards Air Force Base so little less than an hour ago. It's making its way up to Sacramento, and we're going to have it live for you when it gets to Sacramento. No matter what we're doing, we're going to shut down and show you the shuttle because we've got cameras located strategically to give you the best views.
And the wait is over. There are folks there. That's coming to you from Arden Mall this morning. People being let into the Apple store first thing this morning. The wait is over. The iPhone 5 is out. We'll have details coming up.
Jeff, did you pick up two of those this morning?
I did not. I didn't get one.
Ah.
But here's what else we're looking at throughout the hour. A Florida mom confronts a bully on the school bus. We're going to be showing you that video that was captured as she makes that attack to defend her son. Plus, an amazing bicycle kick on a soccer field. I've seen a lot of soccer games, Dan, but I've never seen a kick like this. We'll show you what took place there. Plus, we're going to be talking about a dog that is badly in need of a diet.
Oh, wow.
And we've got a live studio audience. Senior Gleaners is here to talk about their cause and to remind you to stop wasting food. Well, that dog's not wasting food.
No, not at all. Ashton, good morning to you.
The dog can't even stand up.
Oh, that poor dog. They're talking, Jeff Maher, about maybe 10 million phones being sold this weekend in the initial launch of this.
Apple's going to be real happy with their earnings after this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're looking at some of the Twitter traffic about the iPhone 5, and I can certainly relate to this comment here. This one comes from Leanne. She says, does anyone care about the iPhone 5 less than I do?
Jeff Maher, maybe. Yeah.
I care about it less.
Yeah.
What about our studio audience from Senior Gleaners? Can I get a raise of hands? How many people could care less about the iPhone 5?
Holy
all right.
gosh, unanimous.
My kind of crowd.
Okay, how about another question? How many of you think that Apple is coming up with just too many products for all of us to take on? Last question, how many of you do not have a cell phone at all? Really? Wow. So we do have a few who don't even have a cell phone. That's amazing.
Well, we got to ask why, Jeff.
Yeah, well, it probably feels pretty good to be not connected all the time like we are, right?
God.
Yeah.
I hate being caged.
Right, I know. We're going to be talking to them in just a bit. We're also looking at some of the videos that are trending, and this one comes out of Florida. This is a mom who took matters into her own hands to confront a bully on the school bus. Here's what she had to say about it.
That's what they need, a good old-fashioned whooping. And we're not able to do that because we end up in jail, child abuse charges.
Well, she did end up in jail with child abuse charges. This is out of Flagler County, Florida. She started the fight because the teen got another boy at school to beat up her son the day before. So she confronted the bully. A little bit of a scuffle started outside the bus, then it ended up inside the school bus, and now she faces charges, but her son is commending her for standing up to him.
Wow. Ooh.
Nice, Mom.
Yeah.
Right.
NFL Week 2 has already began with the Giants coming out with a win yesterday.
Actually, week 3.
Week 3, I'm losing track. Yeah. But we know that the Raiders are not off to a good start.
Well, wait, where did that come from?
I kind of wonder if it's maybe because they're tackling. They're not so good at tackling. Am I right?
No,
they're not.
They're not good at many things.
Take a look at this.
And I'm a fan.
Wait, these are like 5? Is that how they look, Dan?
Well, that's the team in black. That's the Raiders.
But is that how your Raiders look?
A little bit bigger, stronger, and faster, but just as weak when it comes to tackling. Yeah.
They can't get the kid down. He scores a touchdown.
All right.
Wow. I guess it starts at an early age with the Raiders.
You know, he's a Denver Bronco fan.
I know he's getting these jabs, and you're going to let him do that?
What I always like to remind him is, how many Super Bowls have they won? How many have the Raiders won? The Raiders have won more, and Jeff knows it. He suddenly got quiet. Yeah.
All right.
But see, I know that his team's going to beat mine next week, so I'm not setting myself up to get beaten up too badly.
Well, welcome back to News 10 at 9. It is 9:30.
Do you know what that is? That's part of the activity out at the Senior Gleaners warehouse.
Yeah, and they are live in our studio. We have members that work out at those warehouses here with us right now. But before we send it over to Jeff, we should say it's 9:30, so we are on the shuttle watch.
Absolutely.
As soon as it flies over, as soon as it gets near, we're going to stop whatever we're doing and bring it to you.
I'm sure the seniors will understand. We've got our resident bachelor, Jeff Maher. He lined this whole thing up. I think he was looking for some new Friday night dates.
Okay.
I think.
Some possibilities
Yeah.
here.
Plenty of possibilities. I've already got my eye on a few, actually.
Okay, Jeff, take it easy there.
You know, with the shuttle flyover, I'm sure you're all so happy that I brought you down to sit in the studio where you can't see it outside. You can blame me for that. I apologize. I'd like to be out there, too, to see it, and we're going to bring that to you in just a second. But I want to talk first about wasting food. You know, I grew up in a household where if you left one piece of food on your plate, you would be sent straight to the attic, and you'd have to stay the night there, where you'd just be alone in your thoughts. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But my parents didn't want us to waste food at all. It makes sense. And the senior Gleaners don't want you to do that either, because there is a major poverty issue happening in Sacramento. I'm going to talk to Gary McDonald about that, CEO. Thank you for bringing everybody down here and just talk about what you guys do and the poverty that faces Sacramento.
What we do is we take food from places that would normally throw it out. So it's maybe we'd go to the different stores in the area, pick up the things that are getting closer to the best buy date, and then take it to senior Gleaners, then give it to our partner agencies, who then serve people in need. 1 in 4 children in Sacramento County lives in poverty. 211,000 people overall live in poverty in Sacramento County. Huge number. We waste in America 96 billion pounds of food each and every year. That's 308 pounds per person. It's a huge number.
Well, we want to give out some information real quick. Seniorgleaners.org is the website. The number 916-925-3240 if you want some more information. And I'm sorry our time is limited, but thank you for coming out here. We want to get the latest on the shuttle that is making its way to Sacramento. Guys, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Well, let's get straight out to News 10's Kate Larson joining us live there in the downtown area. Kate, what can you tell us at this point? We're waiting for it.
We are definitely waiting for it, and we keep spotting some planes here, maybe coming from Sacramento International Airport, thinking, oh, is that it? Is that it? Not yet, guys. We are keeping a close watch over the Capitol, along with hundreds, possibly thousands of others. It is a fantastic sight to see the Capitol Mall lawn full of people waiting for the Shuttle Endeavour to fly over our Capitol. You can see the News 10 van out there.
Well, I just pulled up a couple of comments here, and this is where Twitter really comes into play as far as timing things out. Los Angeles Times tweets, Space Shuttle Endeavour departs, heads to Sacramento and San Francisco. That was an hour ago, so that makes sense that we are now hearing that it's flying over Stockton. NASA tweeted a little more specifically, Space Shuttle Endeavour departed Edwards Air Force Base at 8:17 a.m. Pacific time to begin a 4.5 flyover of Northern California and the Basin. Now, while we have those pictures up, I just wanted to get the take from some of our members of the studio audience as you guys look at these pictures here. When we're looking at history like this, what goes through your mind as you wait to see the shuttle fly over? Are you thinking back about all the other space endeavors that we've seen over the last 4 or 5 decades?
I'm not really sure.
I mean, I know some of you have been around here since, you know, seeing 1969, Neil Armstrong on the moon. Mm-hmm. Do you see this as being a historical event as well?
That's extremely historical. I mean, it's just never been done before.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, flying over Sacramento, but the thing that a lot of people don't understand is going to be loud.
It is, yeah. and we've got. I think Kate Larson is about to experience how loud it's going to be with the high elevation that she's at. Did anyone else have any thoughts on this? The space program, where it's headed, the future of it. Does it seem like it's in good hands?
Well, it's hard not to remember back to the time when one of the space shuttles exploded.
Challenger in '87, yeah.
And it was a very sad day, and so this is quite the opposite. This is a happy day, but it's hard not to think back to when that occurred.
Do you have any happier memories of the space program? What's one thing
Come on,
that
admit
sticks
it,
out
Gary.
for
You remember when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. You saw it, I saw it.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, it was really an exciting time for me. I think I was 3, but I'm not sure. But absolutely. I mean, it's and for him, it's really a good time for Sacramento.
We're looking towards the south since we've heard that it's been in Stockton and in Riverbank. There is something coming straight towards us, guys. It looks like that might be a jumbo jet. I don't know if you guys are getting a good look on the camera right now. Do you see that?
We can see it.
It's exciting. It looks like that's it. So it looks like it's just slightly west of the Capitol right now. It's slightly east of the News 10 Tower. It looks like it's headed straight towards the U.S. Bank Tower where we're standing right now. I don't know if it's going to come closer to the Capitol, but that's definitely it, guys. It looks big. It looks big from way up here. It's
well,
just about 1,000
big.
feet above us right now.
Yeah, it is big. We'll keep those pictures up. Hey, George Warren, you're down on the ground. Have you been able to spot it yet?
No, but we see people that are up on the Capitol Dome now. They're shuffling all to the south, and they've got their cameras raised. So that direction they're looking at jives with what. Okay, Kate, you better take it, Kate, because I can't see anything.
Kate, what do you see? Describe it for us, please.
Look towards West Sac, guys. This thing is huge. It's right here. It's incredible. It's funny that we were looking at Southwest Plains thinking that might be it. This thing is massive, and it is so close to us. You know, I don't hear any noise. Literally,
we can hear it here, Kate.
We can hear it in our building.
We can hear it here.
Birds are all flying.
Oh, that is too cool.
Wow.
It's right over the station right now. It's flying over the U.S. Bank Tower. Oh my goodness, this is too cool.
This is so exciting.
This is so cool.
There it is. Oh, there it is. Wow, look at that. On top of that, 747.
Yeah.
Jeff Maher, what do you think?
Well, I was just thinking, you know, for all those who waited in line for the iPhone 5, this is their chance to test the camera's quality.
There you go.
Hey, it's got that new feature. You can do the panoramic. This is the time to do it.
It supposedly has an improved camera, so I'm glad that we were able to get those shots because you saw really the money shot as it passed by, and you got to see the rear of the shuttle. That was a great shot. I'm interested to see it loop around here.
Downtown Sacramento, where it looks as if there's dozens of people gathered to take all this in.
And they're going to get a good view of it as it flies over. There's one member of Senior Gleaners here who wanted to sound off about this, I assume from the historical perspective.
Number 13 came to mind when we were talking about the shuttle.
Oh, that's great. Apollo 13.
The United States invited the world to watch this saga as we tried to get our astronauts back.
Right.
They came back in one piece miraculously. Here we are at the end of the shuttle program, and we don't seem to have done anything except turned space over to the rest of the world, and we're out of it.
Yeah, that's one point, is that, you know, a lot of people wish that the movement with the space program would continue, and certainly that's a happy memory with Apollo 13 being able to make it back, because one memory that sticks out for me, like you mentioned, Dan, was the Challenger. I was 6 years old, and that sticks out in my mind, but this is a great thing to finish out on.
Yeah. Well, and we should point out that while we're not sending manned spacecraft into the outer reaches of space, we do have the rover up on Mars, and we're continuing exploration there. So we still have some. It all comes down to money in many instances. You just have to choose where you're going to spend the money.
We can hear the whistling and the shouting from down there on the Capitol Mall.
That's a close-up shot, Kate. We're looking at a close-up shot now.
And we're hearing it again here. I hear it again, going over the station.
Got good ears, Dan. I hear it now. You guys hear it over there? Our senior gleaners hear it as well.
Even our senior gleaners hear it. You know it's loud.
Oh, Dan Elliott.
Oh, they're laughing. That's okay. Come
Dan
on.
Elliott.
I'm one of you. I'm one of you.
Oh, my goodness.
Please.
Dan Akiba, it was like you could feel a chill in your spine as the thing came over. I got to tell you, the first time was actually more exciting for me because the aircraft was closer, were closer, and of course it was the first time we'd ever seen it. The second time, I got to say, it was somewhat disappointing because we thought it would go down the center line of Capitol Mall, but it crossed perpendicular, so we only saw it for a few seconds because we're in kind of a canyon here of tall buildings.
Well, George, we got the chills here too, and we could hear it, and it just what a special moment. Thank you, George. Thanks to Kate as well. And of course, we're going to put together some stories on this, and we'll have those for you later today on News 10 and news10.net.
And we will stream it for you. Check news10.net. We'll keep it up there until it's out of sight.
Have a great weekend.